Camaro thief leads police through Los Angeles on high-speed chase. Los Angeles, October 3, 2024. A man suspected of stealing a bright blue Chevrolet Camaro led Los Angeles police officers on a chase through the city Thursday afternoon. Authorities say the chase began in Gardena, where the suspect struck officers as he tried to flee. The chase crossed the 110 freeway and surface streets. Officers were pursuing the Chevrolet Camaro after a report of a stolen vehicle.
It's a chase that's been going on for quite some time. So from Gardena, made its way northbound on the 405 freeway, exited at Santa Monica from that northbound 405 because there is very heavy traffic, and it looked like this driver just didn't want to wait in traffic. So he got off on surface streets where we find ourselves now, continuing eastbound on Olympic. What I am hearing, though, is that the Sheriff's Department is canceling this pursuit at this point because it has gotten too dangerous. But they have advised the LAPD, so the LAPD would have the option of picking up the pursuit if they choose.
The driver got stuck in traffic at times, swerved into oncoming traffic, and struck other vehicles at low speeds. While the Camaro driver struck innocent motorists in his attempt to evade officers, it was unclear if any officers or innocent motorists were injured. The driver of the bright blue Camaro was driving at high speeds through West Los Angeles and Beverly Hills, making sudden turns and lane changes. The driver narrowly escaped the other cars at the intersection. The driver entered Interstate 10, weaving between slower vehicles and a concrete barrier, before exiting south of downtown Los Angeles. The Camaro was last seen entering an underground parking garage. The driver eventually veered into a parking garage near Olive Street in downtown Los Angeles, with officers pursuing him. He was arrested.
Vehicle's location, but I can tell you the sheriff's ship is still here, and again, the LAPD has been advised that this pursuit is making its way through their city if they choose to get behind the vehicle. At this point, no units directly behind it. They may still be trying to work their way back over here, but we're entering mid-city, so we're definitely now in LAPD's jurisdiction. Again, only the sheriff's airship overhead, but no ground units, because those ground units have done what's called a 1022, so it means that they have canceled and will not be seen behind the car. Simply because it's too dangerous at this point. If they don't see any units behind them, maybe they'll drive a little bit more normally, more calmly. They'll think they're no longer being pursued. Perhaps they'll even pull over and just try to ditch the car. That would really be the best option at this point, considering some of the dangerous maneuvers that we've seen. Annabelle? Copy. Correct, Annabelle. So no ground units at this point because the pursuit simply got too dangerous. The driver continued to drive very erratically at high speeds. When he was on the freeway, he was full speed on that northbound 405 to get us all the way from Gardena up to West LA in a matter of about 10 minutes. But that's where he encountered some traffic and decided to get off the freeway on Santa Monica Boulevard, but made his way now to Olympic, where he's stuck in a little bit of traffic, so we'll see what he does. Again, at this point, this driver doesn't even know the police are here because he can't see the airship overhead. It is the sheriff's helicopter overhead. I'm going to take this opportunity, though, to zoom in here a little bit. I think that window might be down, might give us an opportunity to look at the driver. Yep, definitely window is down. Hard to tell, though, from my vantage point if it is a man or a woman, but does seem very fidgety. Looks like perhaps doing something to his or her cell phone, perhaps. That always makes officers nervous, though, when they see drivers moving around that much, because they don't know what this person could possibly be reaching for. It's unknown if this person could be armed in any way. It's also unknown how this person got control of this vehicle. Was it something like armed carjacking, or was it simply a crime of opportunity where the vehicle was left running or abandoned, and then this person jumped in and took it? It's also unclear how long they've been driving this stolen car. But again, this was originally out of Gardena, stolen vehicle. The sheriff's helicopter got overhead, tracked the vehicle on that northbound 405 freeway. until he exited at Santa Monica Boulevard, where we've been on surface streets ever since. We're still continuing here eastbound on Olympic Boulevard, coming through Mid-City. We're about to enter the Mid-Wilshire area here. At this point, only the sheriff's helicopter is overhead. There's no ground units directly behind it. There's the helicopter that I was just mentioning. We saw it there come through the frame. And thank you, Jim. And so my pilot, James Pollard, is telling me that the LAPD has now joined the mix as well. So this is LAPD air units as well. No ground units. I'll widen out so you can see what that looks like. But again, continuing eastbound here on Olympic Boulevard. Thank you. Yeah, no ground units still at this point, but what my pilot Jim is hearing from the police air units overhead is that the driver is possibly a very young man, anywhere from 18 to 20 years old, and continuing here Olympic at Branson. And we're also hearing that this person, in addition to being in that stolen car, may also be wanted now for assault with a deadly weapon on a peace officer. So how that usually works is that vehicle was likely the weapon and used against the officers in some way. So again, continuing eastbound here on Olympic at Branson. And Annabelle, if you could just take it for a second, I just need to talk to our assignment desk. Assignment desk from the chopper. The map is currently not working. It is not operational, so I'm going to keep it down for now. Yeah, I'm ready, guys. Go ahead. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, thank you. So, Annabelle,
We haven't heard anything about being armed or if there's other passengers. You might be able to look. I'm going to try to get in a tighter shot here in a second. Wow, look at that move. Running red lights, down the double yellows. Again, wrong side of the road. We'll try to get a look inside the vehicle if we can, but he's going to have heavy traffic yet again, another signal. Nowhere to go. And again, a lot of people out on foot. Let's take a look inside the car here if we can. Hard to see it, but he's going to make a right-hand turn. This is going to be on Hoover, and the airship's still tracking, looking for the ground units. Let me come out real quick and see. There's just so much traffic, it's hard for those units to get behind it. Here comes the 10 freeway, and under the 10 freeway, we'll see if he tries to get onto the freeway. Nope, well, freeway. Oh, okay. Oh, it's very dangerous. And now we're on the freeway. Here he is, eastbound 10 freeway, approaching the 110. And Anton, let's hold here. In that shoulder of the road, the center divider, actually, now he's going to transition. It looks like he might be going, well, hang on. He's got some options here. But as he slows... Yeah, for sure. I do see a passenger in the vehicle. I got a hand out the window there. And so we got at least the driver and a passenger. I don't know if there's anybody in the back seat, but certainly a dangerous situation now on the freeways, and really just taking chances here left and right. We looking like he's continuing, committed to the eastbound 10 freeway from the 110. So he's just going to have nothing but traffic as he approaches the East LA interchange, I should say. And that just poses more problems. He might get off here in the downtown LA area. We'll see if that happens, but using every avenue, this driver using every bit of space on the freeway to get by. We'll see what he does here as he comes up to an off-ramp. He's got the gore point. He's committed to that off-ramp, and now we'll be on surface streets yet again here in downtown LA. It's going to be... Yeah, it's going to put him off on Maple Avenue there. And now, yeah, so now we're going into LAPD Noon Division. Yeah. Go ahead, sorry. He did. We're hearing that from the LAPD airship overhead, talking on their dispatch channel, saying that there was a collision with a CHP officer during that portion of the pursuit on the freeway, and continued on after hitting that officer. So that's considered assault with a deadly weapon, the car being the weapon on that police officer. So there's the stolen and the assault with a deadly weapon charge now on this suspect. All right, so we're... Yes, that's exactly it, Lou, and here he goes, westbound turn back towards the 110 freeway. We're north of the 10 freeway at this point, and he's getting into the buildings. We're going to have to stay right over the top of him. He's going to come southbound here. This is going to be Main Street, so he's going to be a southbound turn from Main Street, and still no sight of LAPD officers on the ground. He's going to go westbound here right under us. There's the airship under us. Sorry about the spinning. He's directly under us, but he's going to continue westbound. Yeah, don't want to make anybody sick, but yeah, there he goes. But narrow road here. Go ahead. Absolutely. They will go into surveillance mode to keep an eye on it from the airship above. But in this situation, you know, the driver's driving so fast, going the opposite direction at times. It's very difficult for those ground units to try to get him in behind it and you know, get back into the pursuit of it. So they will likely just continue to track it. They've gone into the vehicle's now in the central division of LAPD, so we're listening to that, the airship and the dispatchers talking about the direction of travel of the vehicle. Here we are on Olympic again. He's been on Olympic before, but westbound this time. And look at this, cross traffic. He's going to go right against the traffic, and he's going to go on that one-way southbound on Flower here. So trying to weave his way in and out. The problem for this driver is wherever he goes, there's traffic everywhere. Coming at us. Oh. Exactly. I was just going to say that. He's just picking a street, turning down it, and hoping for the best. We saw another pedestrian almost getting hit by the vehicle in a crosswalk. So, you know, it's just this driver, like you said, no rhyme or reason for the road he's on. We haven't seen him on the same street twice other than Olympic, but Olympic was further to the west when he was on that. But here we are in downtown LA, and he's just picking streets, making turns, whatever's convenient for him or her. We don't know if it's a male driver or female driver at this point, but continuing here northbound. Wow, under some big trees there. We're going to continue on Olive here, and high speeds. Look at the speeds here. Terrible, very dangerous. Parking structure. Olive and 8th. I got your message. Thank you for that. Okay, understood. I'm sorry, Anton, say again. Okay. I did hear, sorry, a 1036 Frank vehicle, they called it, 1036 Frank.